If you have a less than perfect memory, that is fantastic. If you forget things, that is fantastic. If you remember things incorrectly, that is fantastic, because it is a myth that our brains, your brain, is supposed to be a perfect, no mistake, input-output, computer-like device. Plenty of psychological studies show that we have a ton of memory biases. We forget things that are no longer important. We forget traumatic events, so they don't bother us anymore. We're supposed to remember things differently than they actually happened if those memories give us a better chance to move into a better future. Our brains are supposed to remember things that never even came close to happening, because those false memories can help us get into a better future. These are all a positive evolutionary trait to help us survive. Think of this crazy split test. Imagine two cave people. They're both 0-10 when it comes against the woolly mammoth, when it comes to their fights, their past fights against the woolly mammoth. This guy has a perfect photographic memory. He remembers all his losses like they happened yesterday in perfect detail. But this guy has kind of a fuzzy memory. Even though in reality he's 0-10, he remembers he's more like 5-5. And the ones that he lost, he remembers them as if he was almost about to win. This guy has a much stronger, more confident memory, which means this guy is going to be much more congruent when he moves into the future, and he's going to be more likely, because of his false memory, that he'll be able to get success in the future. And this is tied into the idea that we all believe we are better than we are. Plenty of studies show that we all believe we're above average, which is impossible, but believing that you're above average, believing that you're congruently above average, will make you feel more confident whenever you're going to achieve things in the future. There's even some research that suggests we can copy memories from other people. This is called confabulation. You'll hear someone tell a story over and over and over again, and you'll start to kind of copy that story into your own memory and start to remember it as if you were there when it happened, that your memory is somehow involved in that story. And this may be one of the reasons for storytelling, to help kind of prime the pump, to give us the best chance possible to remember things in the best way possible, to project ourselves into the best future possible. So it's perfectly okay to forget things that no longer matter to you, to forget things so you don't have to feel bad or guilty about the future, to remember things much more powerfully than they actually happen, to embellish your memories. Now, the problem with this is we've all been brainwashed by the modern educational system to believe that if we don't remember things perfectly, that's bad. Ever since you took your first spelling test in the first grade, you've been brainwashed by the system, by all the adults in the system, that if you remember things less than perfectly, that's bad. It's almost like they set up this competition to see who in school can have the most perfect memory, and they get the awards, and the people that have imperfect memories don't get crap. That's the opposite of the way the world really works based on evolution. The more imperfect your memory is, the more likely you'll succeed in the future. The more you can custom build your own memory, the more likely that will lead to a much better future. That's how our memories are supposed to operate. So how do you leverage this idea? How do you leverage your understanding of this idea so you can reverse engineer the ideal memory that will push you into the ideal future? Well, it's very, very simple. Just choose an area of your life where you'd like to have an ideal future. Social skills, persuasion skills, seduction skills, sales skills, public speaking skills, physical skills, sports skills, anything. Choose an area, and then one day at a time, choose one memory of something that actually happened and make it better than it was. Embellish it just a little bit, and just remember that as if it actually happened. This will feel weird at first, because we've all been brainwashed to believe that remembering things falsely is wrong, and you have to remember things accurately, or else you're doing something wrong. But you'll get over that. It'll kind of push through that resistance. And once you start to get the hang of this, you can start to custom build your own past that will project yourself into an ideal future. At first, take memories that actually happened and kind of embellish them a little bit. Then you can start borrowing memories from other people, borrowing memories from fiction, borrowing memories from TV and movies, and remember that something like that happened to you, and remember that as if it actually happened, and that will project you into a much better future. Just be careful. Don't remember things falsely that might get you into trouble. Like, don't pretend that you paid off your loan shark when you still owe him a couple grand. That might get you in trouble. Don't forget your wife's wedding anniversary. That might get you in trouble. But remember things. Remember skills. Remember things that give you a much more congruent belief in your skills so you can more likely, more accurately, more consistently build an ideal future. To leverage the fact that your memory is imperfect, to embrace the fact, to appreciate the fact that your memory is imperfect for a reason, that it is supposed to be that way, and you can leverage your imperfect memory. You can understand your imperfect memory to build a perfect memory that will push, not a perfect memory, an ideal memory that will push you into an ideal future. So try this out, get going, start slowly, build slowly, and continue doing this every day for the rest of your life. If you'd like to learn more about how to leverage your mind for more success in your life, check out the links below. Thank you very much for watching. Please like, subscribe, and comment, and I'll see you next time.